Welcome to today's program. It's so good to have you on the show. My guest on the program today is somebody that I've known for quite some time. I'm really pleased to say. Um, it's been that long that I can't actually remember how we met, but I remember this much. I remember that he has been recording for a while and he has done all sorts of collaborations. And at one point, he was doing some collaborations with some hip hop artists and stuff like that. And I think that's how I came across his vocals. And then from there, it just took off. He got signed to EMI Gospel at one point, which I was very proud of. And I was also proud of the fact that he made the trip from America to the UK and came and did a gig at one of these clubs that I used to have in the West End of London called Str8up at the Click Club. Who am I talking about? Antonio Neal. Hello, sir. How are you? How are you today?
Hey, my brother Grant. I am doing swell. I'm on top looking up.
Ah, that's what I like to hear. That's what I
Yeah.
like to hear.
Yeah.
Now, I reached out to you recently because I heard that you had this single,
Mhm.
and I caught wind of the single, and I thought to myself, "Wow, that sounds all right." A track called "Moving On."
Mhm.
Moving on. Okay, now this track is maybe a few months old. Is it as much as that or not?
Yeah. February. Yeah, February 16th.
February, February 16th. And my first impressions of the track was this. It doesn't sound like a typical gospel song. It does not sound like a typical gospel song. You won't hear tambourines. You won't, if there was a video, you won't see like 30 people dressed in long gowns and none of that. None of that. Moving on. What is the track about? First of all, what led you to write this track and what is it about?
I don't know. I was asleep when it came to me. So I really
Really?
didn't. Yeah,
You were dreaming.
I was actually like I went to bed, had some headphones on, listened to some music from my cousin Kyle, love it. And I mean, right as I was falling off to sleep, I mean, I'm talking about I'm getting in that theta brain, just winding down. And
Mm-hmm.
the song, I heard the chorus. I feel like moving on with my life now, stepping up where I fell down. I feel like giving myself another chance. I was like, woo! And then I kind of, with me, a lot of times I don't jump up when I hear something. I kind of see if it's going to repeat. And it got my attention enough to where I got out of that sleep state and I just let it play in my head. Just let it play. Just let it play. Just let it play. And it stuck enough to where I said, okay, I know what to do now. Which I got the phone, wrote down what I heard in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably like 2 in the morning, and I got up, and the rest of it came, and I did a little demo on my computer, and I went back to sleep. Literally, 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I heard it, wrote it down, did a little demo, went back, got back into bed probably about 3:30, and got up the next day and said, okay, let me see what that was all about. And I listened to it, and I was like, it was a really rough demo. I sent it off to a couple of my friends and people that's close to me. I just did this little demo last early this morning. I just want to know what you think about it. And almost to a person, they said, man, that song is going to be an anthem.
Mm.
And I knew I knew I had something. I already knew I had something in my heart. But then when I let my friends, they started talking about their life. They started
Yeah.
telling me what the song meant to them, which is amazing because a lot of times we think we know what the song means. But person after person started telling me what that meant, what it meant to their life and how it
Mm.
communicated a message for them. And so I'm going to leave that where it is. That song means whatever it's supposed to mean to you. Moving on in relationships, moving on in your job. Maybe you need to move on to another country, maybe like Jamaica. So
little hint
so
there, little hint.
yeah, so it's a whole lot moving on in your mindset,
Yeah.
moving on from death to life. So
Yeah.
it's so many different things and so many different perspectives that song touches, and I'm gonna leave that with the people that hear it.
And I think that's a good way to sort of look at it and to treat it. Because when I heard it, it impacted me, and I heard it the way I heard it, and
Exactly.
you know, and I think that's brilliant. I really think that's cool. That a song can be written, and for every listener that
Yeah.
hears the song, it will
I
be personal, or they will interpret the song their way.
Yeah. A lady hit me up on one time on Facebook, and she said, "Is there any kind of way that you can get a lady to sing it?" And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "Because I want that song to be about women moving on from a bad man." I'm like, "No, no, absolutely not. I'm not gonna let." Absolutely not. I'm not. So she was like, "I want to sing that song." She said, "But she said I don't." She said, "I don't feel like a man's supposed to sing it." I'm like, "Why?" Because she wanted to take it for her own agenda and for her own perspective. But
Yeah,
I thought that was
yeah,
kind of cool. Like, I didn't get offended because it wasn't about the song didn't sound good, but she just wanted a woman to sing it so that another message can be attached to the song. And I was just like, no, I just had a giggle with her. But again, that's people saying this is how this song attaches to me. In essence, she was saying I can't be mad or offended because a man is singing it. If a woman was singing it, she could attach these whole, relationships and baby
yeah.
daddy and all that stuff. And I'm like,
It's
no,
just, it's
no.
just this is just going all over the
I'm
place,
telling you, and
really, isn't
all I
it?
could do was
You
laugh,
know.
man, because but she was laughing, but she was like, I'm serious. She said, because I really can't do it like I want to because a man is singing it. And I thought, man, people are so creative and we're so weird and beautiful at the same time. So,
Yeah, most definitely. Now, in the main, we've talked about the lyrics of the song.
hmm
And the lyrics of the song is quite deep, and it does take you on different journeys and stuff like that in terms of you, the listener, interpreting what the song means to you.
right.
But from a musical point of view, what was going on in your mind? Because
From a musical point of view or a
yeah,
lyrical point of view? My
no,
cousin
from a
created the
music.
music. My cousin
Your
created the
your
music.
cousin
Yeah,
created the music.
yeah.
He did a really good job. What's your cousin's name?
His name is Kyle Lovett. He's a producer. He's worked with me on a lot of stuff in the past. So he did that track probably, honestly, maybe 10 years ago, maybe
What?
longer. Yeah, that was an old track, and actually, it was those that music was on a laptop that he stopped using, and one day he found the laptop. It didn't have a cord. He went to a local store and got a cord. And I was just messing with him one day. I'm like, hey man, I'm like, hey man, throw me some tracks. And he was like, I got some old stuff on this laptop. I'm gonna look on my old laptop. I haven't opened it in years. And that was one of the tracks that he sent me. And and the rest is what it is.
Is what it is, and it is
Yeah.
what it is. And let me tell you something. It is a track that I think every now and again, us presenters, us radio DJs, announcers, you guys call us. We come across, yeah, that's the difference between us, right? So we come across some music, and we can more or less tell, more or less straight off the bat, that song is going to be around for a long time.
hmm
It's going to stand the test of time, and it's going to be a classic. And that's one of the thought patterns that went through my mind when I heard the song. I heard the song, you played it to me, and I'm nodding away. And when I like a track, some people say, "Ah, that's fire, man," but I say that's screaming. I just love it so much, and
Thank you.
it's really nice. Your relation, your producer, your cousin, he did a real he did a real good job on it. From the very beginning, that sort
Yeah.
of it had this kind of eerie feel to the beginning.
Well,
Did
we did all that in the studio. So my cousin did the track, and so he just did the basic track. But the other part came where me and my engineer Sean George,
yeah,
here in Houston, we went through this thing, and I heard this thing in my head. I was like, do it like this. We're gonna start. Ooh. So that whole little thing, and so how we just did that,
yeah.
that whole little, we muted it, we distorted it, but we brought it in, so it was that whole
In
little thing.
stage, it kind of staggered out in
Oh yeah,
stages,
oh
right?
yeah. All that was in purpose because um when I heard the song first in my head, I knew it was only supposed to be one verse. So it was like I knew it was gonna be short, like one of those old Sam Cooke songs. And
Yes.
so I already knew that when I was arranging. I was like, this is a one verse song
Right.
with a chorus. We needed something for that intro. So, when we did it, we thought it was great. But then it's funny. People started saying, "Man, it remind me of this little Marvin Gaye thing. Y'all got this little Marvin Gaye thing going on."
Going
And I
on.
never thought about it because we didn't think about it. But a lot of people really had mentioned that intro. They was like, "Man, from the first time the first vocal, and the way the music was, how it was distorted and muted,
Yeah.
you had us." And just to hear people, what was so crazy, I didn't put out a disclaimer. I didn't say anything. I didn't really even bring people in the studio to hear just music heads, music lovers, music consumers tell us
Yeah.
about all these things like you're talking about, how the intro came on, how that vocal came on, how that, and it
Mm.
was like to sit back and just listen to people
Yeah.
tell you what you did connected to their heart, man. It makes it just worth it because that means to me that we connected, the message got through, the message of the lyrics, but also the message and the emotion of the music and the arrangement of it.
Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do, because to me, the song is okay. Well, I'm going to let the listeners listen to you phrase out the lyrical content of the song.
Are you gonna put
Okay.
me on the spot like that?
Not necessarily. I'm not putting you on the spot, Antonio. Listen, you can do anything, man. You're a
Ah,
genius,
thank you.
absolute genius. But
Okay,
I
yes,
don't.
man.
I
Okay,
not
okay.
necess-
Since you
not
put it
ne-
like that, okay.
not necessarily sing the song. If you want to sing it, great. But I want you to like it's to me. The song comes across like poetry.
Right.
So just tell us the words of the song. How does the
I
song go?
Sometimes you got to sing it or rap it because it's kind of in your
Okay.
head. 'Cause I got like 100 songs in my head, but the lyrics are: I used to be a man that I used to be the man that I pleased everyone, but I
Uh huh.
learned my lesson now that I'm older. I once thought I had to be all that they planned for me, but I'm so glad that I'm a brand new man. Now I'm learning how to walk again, yeah, learning how to talk again. I'm seeing life from a different point of view, learning how to smile again, even in the pouring rain. I'm standing on dry ground and I won't sink. So I feel like moving on with my life now, stepping up where I fell down. I feel like giving myself another chance. The world is mine. Anyway, I don't want to give it off too much,
So
but yeah.
here's the thing, Antonio. You see where the song talks about learning to walk and stuff like that. Now,
Uh-huh.
to somebody that has just had a leg amputation,
Uh-huh.
okay, that's their song.
Exactly. It's to me it is an anthem. What my friends told me when nobody heard it, it's an anthem. The only thing it needs is just for the world to amplify people like you, which I'm thankful for opportunities like this. So you're exactly right. Some people heard the song and some people hit me up and said, "Man, I'm going through a divorce." Some people hit me up and say, "Man, I'm in the gym again. Like this is my workout song." I have a friend of
Yeah,
mine that in LA. He's like, "Man, I listen to the song 100 times while I'm at the gym." So it's it's we're all every day we get a new day. Every day that the Lord blesses us with a new day, it's a start over, it's a redo, it's a reset. And you know, moving on is like Paul said, I'm pressing forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm pressing this way,
yeah,
forgetting those things that are behind me. So one thing that as a writer, you alluded to something earlier about it not being a gospel song, and it's not a gospel song, but it is a Christ song. What do I mean by that? There's a scripture in the Word that says when Jesus talked to crowds, he never talked to them without a story. He would go back to his people, hang out with his fellas, and that's where he would break it down. So he talked in parables. This song is a parable. This song is for the world, and when I get with amongst friends and people like you and others, then I'll break it down and I'll tell you what it means. But if you really look, if you are a person that's into the word, into scripture, you actually can see where it's coming from if that's where you're from. If not, you like, okay, learning how to walk again. Okay, learning how to talk again. What are you talking about? I'm talking about a new life. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about starting over. And if you, so I can go 1,000 places, from a spiritual point of view and pull those things out. But publicly, it is what it is, and I want it to relate to as many people as possible. Right.
And that's definitely what the song is going to bring to every listener's ears. They'll be able to relate from it from where they're coming from. They'll be able
That's
to
what
do
we
that
want.
most, and that's exactly what you want.
Exactly.
So, this is the single. What is the plan? Is there a plan? Is there a plan in action? Are you kind of leading us somewhere? Where are we going with this?
I don't know. I've just last night I went back and I was working on actually four other songs with this. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually have I can say it first. I mean, I have a song called Brand New Day.
Hey,
So
scoop.
I'm just gonna let you know. I might send you a sneak peek. I have a song
Hey, that's
called
what we
Brand New
love.
Day. I have a song called Missing You. I have another song called I'm Here.
Yeah.
So, and these are Brand New Day is done. Missing You is the vocals are done pretty much. Um, I'm Here is about 70% done. So
Okay.
I'm working on some things. I'm just trying to decide, and then we got a remix, which about the kind of electronic
Yes.
remix. We
Uh
got
huh.
that going on, and so there's some other, I've written another song or two that I haven't went to the studio and lay down demos for yet. I'm thinking about doing like a little urban Christian mixtape, a little urban
Okay.
mixtape with a
Sounds
variety of
good.
songs. Because a song called "Missing You" is that's a song about a relationship. It's
Okay.
it's it's probably one of my favorites. I'm
You
gonna
know,
send
you
it to
know,
you.
and Antonio, we need more songs about relationship. We live in a
Yeah.
world where, life is about relationship. Whether the relationship is kind of like this, kind of like this, or
Uh
is
huh.
it like this?
Well,
But
this song is about a couple being separated, and this
right,
song is about from the man's point. Well, it could be for anybody's point of view, but he's talking from a real place. Well, I'm talking from a real place in the sense of being the lyricist. But I was at the park and listened to music again, and
here we
here
go.
here it is. This song, and it just came. And so I'm gonna send you that. I'm gonna send it to you today for you to
Okay.
hear it. But it's a real. It's not a song. Um, Everything's great. It's literally saying I'm missing you. So
You're right.
it literally captures how it feels to miss a loved one, to miss a wife or a husband. Um, it's and I don't go away from it. I stay
Do
there. I
you do
don't.
you
So
dig in? Do you dig in and say why something's
no,
missing,
yeah,
or
yeah.
do
It
you leave
talks
it
about
open?
I'll give you like a verse. The verse is like, um, if I can remember, hello, my love. Uh, why did we go astray?
Hmm.
Um, was it not love? Uh, da, 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 da. So much to say. Life hasn't been the same without you. Oh, without you. Missing me.
Hmm.
Missing us. So this whole little thing about it's really about how did we get here?
Yeah.
That's the thing that the song's gonna make you walk away with. It's like how did we get here? And
Hmm.
uh, and no matter how we get here, how we got here, I still miss you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say whose fault it is. It's just saying we're here,
We're here,
and now
and
that we're here, I miss
how
you.
did we get
Yeah,
here?
and so the whole song is really simple.
Yeah.
Um, but man, like I said, I'm just yeah, I can't. I'm gonna send you that one. I'm
Good.
gonna send you that one.
Good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I love about you. From day one, your songs have always been just different. Not like and very reflective of me. When I came to Christ in '97, um, I was always the kind of guy that loved all different styles of music.
Right.
Never been predictable, and Christ just slopped me right into the right place and hooked me up with people like you that write wonderful songs and just different. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like you can't put a label on it and say
Yeah.
that should have a cross on it. Nah.
Well, I never wanted to be. I'm not going to be, and I'm never going to be anything or everything to everybody. I don't want to be in a box. I don't want to be anybody's whatever. I want to be who I am. And the biggest thing is when I got into music in 99, 98, when I first started working on my first music, is I wanted to communicate to young men, and then I was just a super young man, married early, young and a father, and I wanted to talk to people about this life with Christ, and also being a father, being a husband, trying to make the ends meet. And I wanted to talk to people about Monday through Saturday. You guys can have all that Sunday stuff with the robes. That has nothing to do with me. When
Yeah.
it comes to me creatively, I want to talk about the life away from the community, and I continue to strive to do that right now.
You're doing a grand job.
Thank you.
Listen, it's been a pleasure talking to you as always.
Thanks,
You've
Grant.
mentioned quite a lot about, the songs that you're writing. I think you've got an album there. I think it's a little bit more than an EP. Definitely
An
an
EP.
album is there, just waiting in the wings. And
Yeah.
somebody, you're quite happy to just stick with the independent route, or would you not mind if someone said, "Look, we want to throw some money at this and give you free reign on how you want it to look and sound."
I thought I had some people coming to answer your question. I thought some people from Australia was going to do that,
Yeah,
and it didn't pan out.
it didn't pan
Um,
out.
I would prefer to have a team. I would prefer to have a partnership because I know what I do well, and I wish I could just be write and create. And I know in the back of my head that I have a team that's like, when you get done with that, all you gotta do is hand it off to me.
Yeah.
Like today, somebody was doing some other radio stuff. And they're like, "Where's your UPC code? And where's your?" I'm like, I don't want to talk. I don't even know I even have that. Well, I did have it,
Exactly.
but
You
it,
want
it
someone that can
irritated
deal
me.
with that.
Yeah, it irritated me because I was like, I don't even know what that is. And once I went to where my stuff is distributed digitally,
Yeah.
I found it and sent it to them. But for me, I'm like, what are you talking about? Why do I need a UPC code for radio or ISRC? What are you doing?
Yeah.
So yes, I would love to have a team of
A team that
competent
looks after
and
that. Yeah.
passionate people
Yeah.
who are like, Tonio, you do the music, give it to us, and we're gonna set up this other stuff. And I don't being independent is great, but I would prefer to have a team.
No,
Team
I hear you.
because 100% of nothing is nothing,
I
but
hear you.
50% or 70% of 1,000%,
Mm.
and it gets to more people. What I want my music to do right now, I want it to get to people, man. I don't care about. I want it to get to the world,
Mm.
and it's funny. I'm gonna say this before we go. I know you gotta go, but the UK has always been leading the charge with my music. I have no idea why. The UK, South Africa has always been the place where my music, it doesn't just come out and go away. My
Mm.
music lives in the UK. And I've always noticed that from the very beginning. Matter of fact, a friend of mine today said, "Man, are you sure you don't have roots in the Caribbean?" And I was like, "I don't really know." But I don't, for some reason, my music does well in the UK and the Caribbean,
Yeah.
and I think I'm gonna try to explore that a little deeper coming up here soon to find out why.
I can see you doing some things in Montego Bay. Anyway, how can people get hold of you? How can people get hold of you?
The best way I think they can find me right now, I'm taking a little time off from
Mm-hmm.
Facebook and some of this other stuff. Just find me on Twitter, the Antonio Neal. Right on Twitter, you can hit me up, follow me there, send
Yeah.
me a message, say hello. You can find me on Facebook. I'm on Messenger too. So Antonio
Okay.
Neal Music, you can find me there. I'll respond to you. So I look forward to hearing from my brothers and sisters.
Antonio, Neal, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Please do come back and see us again once the album is out and you start releasing more singles again. We look forward to welcoming you back to the platform. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Grant.
All right, God bless you. So
Peace.
there you go. It's another one of those programs that we love doing, talking to real people, real men of God, real women of God. I'm glad that you took the time to stop by and to listen to what Antonio had to say. Catch us next time here on the platform. I look forward to speaking to you real soon. Until then, take care.